Hello, hello, hello. What ho? Welcome back to another exciting adventure of Radio Free Anarchy. I'm your host, Travel Mateus. This is Mustachioed Reactions. We are reacting to and discussing with massive spoiler alerts. Good luck. Have fun. Don't die. This movie is not a time travel apocalyptic dystopic movie. Good luck. Have fun, don't die, is packaged as if it were a standard time travel science fiction movie. You know the structure. A man comes from the future. The world is ending. Artificial intelligence has taken over, but a mission must be completed. A group must be assembled, and somehow, through the courage and determination, humanity has one last chance to save itself. That's the surface story. But from the very first watch, I knew this movie was significant. I realized this movie isn't about time travel. Regardless of the fact that when the movie opens, you see a billboard that says, "This is your new reality." That's a subliminal message that you can see, that your subconscious picks up. This is your new reality. And then you're watching it pan down and you see that we're going to the diner that says Norms. And then that just means it's Norm's Diner, right? But there's no apostrophe if I remember correctly. It's just a pluralization of the norms, right? The Sims. These characters that we're going to see are non-player characters. However, the non-player characters can develop an awareness if they pay attention to the programming. So the movie is not fundamentally about time travel. The movie is not fundamentally about apocalyptic dystopian casualties of laws of unintended consequences. The movie is a metaphor for your existence, just like the movie City Slickers is a metaphor for your existence, just like the movie. Not every movie is like this. Not every movie is like this. That's the smoke and mirrors. That's why you can't tell which part of the movie should be significantly true, and the other one is just window dressing, just the husk, just the shell that needs to be discarded because you can't eat the shell, you can't consume the shell. So you have to get rid of that which is not significant and then pay attention to that which is. And not too many people watch movies that way. This movie is about existence itself. And regardless of whether or not I don't even know, you can't escape philosophical abstraction. Every idea that you say that comes out of your mouth is an abstraction of what's in your head. Oh, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Yeah, right? That's what life is all about. Life is about the mission of your existence, which is set up by goal setting, trying to reach the goal, failing, learning, resetting, respawning, restarting, and trying again. I think if you start to look at the movie in that fashion, I think that every scene will depict some aspect of that construct. So the movie is not a science fiction movie about time travel. The movie is a first person viewer game. The title matters. Good luck. You're playing a game. Have fun. Learn. Figure stuff out. Go into it. Die over and over and over. Die. That's you dying over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's reincarnation. Good luck. Have fun. Don't die. Good luck in the game. Have fun in the game. Don't die. When you die in the game of life, you start right back over. However, I do think that there are save points in your existence where you could go back to program your mind when the next time I start this venture over again, I want to be 16 years old, knowing what I know now. And then there you are. And then there you are. Good luck, have fun, don't die is not prophecy. It's not, but it is meaningful. Basic instructions, the rules of the game. I think if you look at the movie in that fashion, you'll see the scaffolding fall away and the meaningful symbolism rise to the surface. You are watching a movie about a system. You are watching a movie about a loop. This is the 118th time I've done this. This is the 118th mission. They don't call it a mission per se. They don't show. You watch the movie again and you go like, "Oh, this is a first-person viewer game. I'm watching a movie depicting a a player instead of watching the game, instead of watching Fortnite, let's make a movie about Fortnite and the characters in Fortnite. And the first person viewer is really being controlled by some human outside of it, outside of the gaming system. And he has a mission, save the world. But the path toward accomplishing that mission is unstable. The man from the future is not just trying once. This is a repeated iteration. I have said this, I have given this speech, I have watched, I have held so many of you in my arms as you have been dying your last breath. Like, that's kind of weird. Like, yeah, let's go on a mission with you, right? The possibilities that I'm going to die. So he has to start over again. That combination of people didn't work. That combination of people didn't work. But that person I need to have on my next mission. And that person I need to have on my next mission. I need to remember that. When I come back in, nope to that one, nope to that one, nope to that one, yes to you, yes to you, yes to you. Let's go and try it again. Start over. The starting over is one of the most significant symbolic moments in the movie, and it's called a bomb. He threatens his motley crew of people into submission because if you don't, I'm just going to blow us all up. But it's not a bomb. It's not something that detonates destruction. The detonation button is a metaphor for respawning, starting the mission over again, dying, as it were, resetting. Termination followed by re-entry. Not the end of the game, but back at the beginning for another time around. And if that interpretation is correct, then the entire structure of the movie changes. Now, failure is no longer final. Failure becomes information. Each attempt teaches. Each mission refines. Each iteration carries something forward. And it is all about memory. Within memory, there's recognition, there's instinct, there's intuition, there's warnings, instinctual adjustments. The real enemy is where the film becomes interesting. Who's the enemy here? Who's the, right? I mean, if you think about a false flag, someone comes in intentionally wanting to deceive you and say, look, we have to do this. We have to go into this house and eliminate this character because he harms other people, right? We don't know that. We don't know who you are. We don't know who this guy is in this house that you want us to go and eliminate, right? This guy's a really bad guy. I did the research. He hurts people. Let's go get him. And like, okay, you must have done the research. Let's go. And then we have no idea why we're on our mission. So who's the enemy? In this movie, the enemy is a 9-year-old boy who is building AI in his basement. But the real enemy is not artificial intelligence, even though that's the way it's couched in the movie. AI in the movie behaves more like an adaptive environment. Every time the man from the future learns something, the system changes. And he says that in the movie. Each mission is different. It's completely different. The AI in the movie adjusts to my decisions. And then the mission completely changes. And then there's another door open. You're like, oh, well, then this is new. Every time he thinks he's getting closer, the goalposts move or disappear. And this line in the movie is incredibly important because it reframes the entire mission. The game is not static. The environment adapts to the player. That means progress is never permanent. The closer you get, the more the system recalibrates. And suddenly, the movie no longer feels like a simple battle between humanity and machines. It feels like existence itself, a world wherein every lesson changes future conditions. Every success creates new challenges. Every breakthrough alters the environment. And the result is a game that is designed never to end. This is the life that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friends. And the sooner you wake up to understanding the fact that you are going to come back into your own timeline again and again and again and again and again until you realize what I've realized, that I would gladly start my life over again because I know that I know now what I didn't know then. And I know that when I go back to then, I will have everything I know now available for me in that moment of respawning again to access and make changes in my existence. So I do not think this film is really asking, can humanity stop AI? I think it's asking, no, I know it's asking something much, much deeper. How do you operate inside a system that continually changes in response to you? How do you move forward when every answer, every solution creates a new challenge, not a problem? Every situation appears to be a problem. Reject the problem. You're a problem solver. You know how to solve problems. There is no problem here. There is just a solution that you have to find. That's your mission. That's your goal. Should you choose to accept it? I don't really care because regardless of whether or not you accept your mission, you will be living out a mission that you have either no comprehension of what's going on, why is this happening, and why do things like I'm just trying to make it, man, right? Memory is the key to existence. It's not cogito ergo sum. It is not I think, therefore I am. That is step one. Step two is I remember in order to become. Memini ut fiam. I remember in order to transform myself. So the question about this movie ultimately can be said to be what carries forward from one iteration to the next? It's very simple. You had a business proposal to give to your board meeting, and it didn't go well. So now you go home and then you review your pitch, you review your presentation. Why did this not go well? That's what we're talking about in a simple fashion. That's reincarnation in my philosophy. So you have a presentation, you have a speech, right? Let's just make it a high school speech course, communications, right? So you have to give a persuasive speech. You get up, you make your first speech. Teacher says XYZ, here's your corrections. Now go and make a new speech, a new version of your speech and come back and do it again. And then refine it and refine it and refine it and refine it. And imagine that you had a classroom like that where you could write a one-page essay where you say, this is my persuasive speech. And then everyone in the classroom gives you feedback, and then you go because you're the authentic intelligence. So then your subconscious mind and your active voice are all taking notes, and then you come back and you do the mission again. You get up and you say, and you have more confidence this time. I know what I want to say. Oh, maybe I should know what I'm going to say before I open my mouth and say it. Because every time I don't, every time I just go, I'm like, that's not really what I wanted to say. Like, yeah, like just because you have a thought in your head does not mean it has to escape your lips. Regulate yourself. Learn from your mistakes. So this film is really about existence. And memory is not just simply remembering the past. Memory becomes the mechanism by which growth is possible at all. In the next episode, I will be talking about NPCs, signals, anonymous emails, and why I think this movie quietly reveals that not every character is functioning at the same level of awareness, even though they're NPCs. Because the NPCs can be awakened, which is what Free Guy shows you. Here, just put these glasses on. You'll see. Just put these glasses. Just look at the world differently. Just listen to what I'm saying, and you'll see. No thanks, ma'am. No thanks. So, until next time, good luck. Have fun. Don't die. And remember, the difference between noise and signal, or husk and kernel, or shell and nut, the difference between those things just might determine whether you remain trapped inside the loop or begin to understand the game you're actually playing. I've been your host, Travel Mateus. If you've made it this far, please make sure that you smash that Bonzarelli, leave me a comment, and then pay it forward by sharing this content with others who think like you do, because you're so very intelligent. Also, if you have not subscribed, please make sure you do that. Hit that bell notification, and let's start a conversation.